Hi, and welcome to ThreatTraq Essentials. We're going to take a look at this week's ThreatTraq stories and see what everyday cybersecurity lessons we can learn from them. I'm here with Chris DeRocco. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Great. Let's talk about Stan's story first, about some spyware that can be secretly taking screenshots of Apple devices. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so this is a particularly interesting story because a lot of users might think they have an Apple device that they're safer than Windows or an Android phone. But in this case, this is the opposite, where there's this new malware out there that can actually get injected into your phone or computer and take screenshots of your computer and send it to wherever, to some other location.
So how do you make sure this isn't happening to you?
Well, one thing users can do is just be careful on links you click. If you think anything's suspicious, I would just avoid it, delete the email, don't go on that website. And if there's ever any pop-ups on your screen that said you need to allow permissions to this, make sure you know what the application is doing before you allow any permissions on your computer.
Jim brought us a story about a novel way that hackers are using to install malware on some devices. Tell me about it.
Yes, so in this case, this is a new PHP shell script attack that is done on the server side. So unfortunately, there's not much you can do on the user side besides preventing from, instead of just not going to that website. But on the server side, the administrators can potentially have some file monitors that can hopefully detect some of these web shell attacks.
Hey, tell me about the attacks. How do they work?
So with this attack, they kind of put the malware in an image in a favicon and just send it to through the browser, and it's able to probably get through some potential systems out there right now and execute the malware code after the image was uploaded. Your
story was a follow-up to a story we had last week about healthcare system in Ireland being attacked in a ransomware attack. However, that wasn't the end of it, right? The bad guys went on to take it a step further.
Yeah, so this was an interesting story where the attackers actually encrypted all the files in the ransomware attack and then provided the decryption tool for free. However, they still said that we will still sell all this data we stole from you unless you pay us $20 million. So in this case, it's helpful that they sent the tool, so the health system could get back online if they decide to use the tool. However, they're still kind of holding ransom over them and will sell the data unless they receive the payment.
And so we're seeing a lot of that lately, where ransomware attacks really become more outright extortion attacks about releasing data.
Yeah, and I think one of the reasons that might be is because the decryption tools may not be working as well. That some people get the decryption tools after paying the ransom, and they don't necessarily work. So I think they're trying to find kind of a novel way to try to extort companies and government organizations.
Well, thanks for all that information, Chris. Thank you all for watching. If you want to keep up on stories like this, please like or subscribe below. And you can take a deeper dive into any of these stories by clicking on them and watching them in depth. We'll see you next time.